Hey, y'all. How are you guys doing on this fine Sunday evening? I literally am here um on this what day is this? On this 12th day of Vlogmas, 12th day of Christmas to um kind of, like I said, just pray, and just really speak positivity. So that's what I'm going to do on this Soul Sunday. Hopefully, this live finds you well. Hopefully you are not in a dark place, but if you are, I pray that you find the light, whatever that means for you, whatever that means for your faith, right? I hope that this video finds you encouraged, and if you aren't encouraged, so yeah. Um, Again, if you are not in good health, I pray that you're healthy, from the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, your cells, everything, mental health. I pray for everyone that's in Kentucky and Tennessee and Illinois in the wake of these storms, that they find peace and motivation to continue to love, to have life, to have faith, to have hope, all of those things. Um, Hopefully, you guys, if you're a content creator and you know that this is something that you really want to do and you are, struggling, may you find your way. I pray you find your way and that you're not discouraged in that. And whatever that looks like for you, whatever content creating looks like for you, I pray that you find out and you have the motivation to continue to do that. If the holiday time is not the time for you, where you're not normally happy, and holidays are not always happy for people, so if that's you, again, I pray that you know your limitations. I pray you find your boundaries and you celebrate when it's time to be celebrated, and then if you need a break, take a break. I'm just, again, here to provide positivity, motivation, whatever that's going to look like. Again, content creators, if you are someone that's lost, if you're someone that's trying to figure out what that looks like for you, may you be inspired, may you get inspiration to um, for your channel, for your TikToks, for your platform, whatever it is. May you find the motivation to do that, and to create content that is meaningful for you. If you're sick in your body, I pray that, um, whatever it is, whether it's from a cold to something very, very serious, that you find healing in this season, and you just continue to be encouraged. I know that a lot of people speak about being depressed this time of year. I really pray that um, depression is just not a present in your life, and that you find encouragement, that you know that you are loved, you know that there's hope, you know that this too shall pass. A lot of times people with depression, they just feel like everything is hopeless, that they're alone. So I hope you know that you are not alone. I hope that you know that regardless of whether you're in a high place or a low place, you're not alone. So on this Sunday, as you're preparing for your week, as you're preparing for your Monday, you're welcome. You're absolutely welcome, Fr. Humphrey. As you're preparing for your week, I hope that you just kind of, first of all, go to sleep in peace. Whatever it is from last week that you're worried about, whether it's a meeting or a business partner, a coworker, go in fresh. Go in fresh with the new mindset that it's a new week. Whatever it is that's bothering you tonight, I pray that you're able to let it go. I pray that you're able to move on, and even if it's something that you can't move past and there are consequences from it, I pray that it doesn't overtake you and overwhelm you till you're up all night and can't sleep, until you can't smile, until you can't move on and function to the point where you're consumed by this situation. So I pray tonight, as you are winding down, as you're preparing your clothes, as you're preparing your house, as you're preparing the kids lunches, whatever it is that you're preparing for the next week, which I really hope that that's what you're doing. As you're preparing, you are being intentional about how you're going to walk into your space, whatever that looks like. Being intentional about how you're going to walk into that office, being intentional about how you're going to click live and start your broadcast. Be intentional about your drive to work. And so that way, when things um, happen contrary to what you envisioned, you have an answer for it. You'll be prepared. The beautiful thing about life is there's no promise and no guarantee that you won't be aggravated. There's no guarantee that you won't be tested. But there is a guarantee that we don't have to respond in a negative way. There's really a guarantee that we do not have to respond and have it ruin our entire day. So I pray whatever it is that you're preparing for this week, that it's not something that will consume you to the point where you can't enjoy life. Take a moment to go for a walk. Take a moment to enjoy the sunset at least one time this week. Take a moment to just sit down and do absolutely nothing but be in you, be in your thoughts, be in positivity. If you're in a place of positivity, as I said before, reach out to someone and see what you can do for them to bring them where you're at. If you are in a place of disgruntledness, you are in a place of frustration, find someone that is in a place that you think is in a place that you want to be in, and follow them. Follow the light, in other words. That is really what life is about. A lot of times, with discouragement, people just don't think that there's hope, there's darkness. But if you look for light, I may be one of your light. So latch on to me, latch on to my videos. Someone else may be a light. Someone else is a light for me. So I pray that you find your light. I pray that you find positivity. I pray that you find peace. And it doesn't necessarily mean that you're going through such a terrible moment. Doesn't mean that things are all horrible in your life. But whatever it is, however it is, whatever it is, be comforted in knowing that, number one, you are loved. Number two, okay, I don't know why this thought is coming to my mind, but yeah, I was watching this video where this guy committed a heinous, very, very terrible act, and then committed it on himself in the end. But one of the things that was so jarring for me is that this man was so calm as he was describing what he did and how he was going to do it to somebody else. And ultimately, he felt like, based on what he said, all hope was gone. And that causes people to be desperate. It causes people to do desperate things. It causes people to um, live in a state of hopelessness so they have nothing to lose. So you're welcome, Ruth Dobson. Shout out to you guys. So, if you come across this video today, next year, or in the year 2025, and you feel helpless, you feel hopeless, and you feel like you want to do something extreme, I pray that you understand that your family, your loved ones want nothing but the best for you and would love to help you out of whatever place of darkness that you may find yourself in. So I pray that if you're really in a deep, 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 deep moment of despair, that whether it's your neighbor, your coworker, your family member, you reach out to someone and you let them know, like, hey, I'm struggling. And I'm just speaking positivity to your situation, that you will be received in a positive light. You will not be ridiculed. I pray that you won't be ashamed or embarrassed, but you will get whatever help that you need. If you're a single person, a single mother, sometimes even just singlehood, or even in a marriage that is just not where it should be, the holidays aren't always the best time for people like that. May you find hope in relationships. May you find hope in the people that you surround yourself in. You'd be really surprised when you reach out to someone and say, hey, I'm having a hard time. Pray for me. Go with me to the mall. Talk to me. Can you text me or whatever? Positivity, motivation. Some of you have so many goals. Some of us, we have so many goals. And as the year is winding down, it just feels like, you know what, I've completed half my goals, and then the other half I haven't even completed. Well, I pray that, number one, we don't look at the goals as if they're larger than us, but that we also look at them as stepping stones to where we ultimately want to be. It's all about perspective. It's all about how we choose to look at things. So take a deep breath, breathe in, exhale, and take things moment by moment, second by second if you have to. I used to tell women, crawl through life if you have to. At least you're moving and you're moving forward. So if you're in a crawling stage, you're in a crawling season, like life has just been that freaking tough that you're crawling. Kudos to you. Don't even look to the left. Don't even look to the right, to the person that feels like, that seems like, that looks like they're sprinting through life. They're on a marathon. It don't matter what they're doing because it's not their race. Be good to yourself and do the things that bring you joy. Be good to yourself. Very good, Adrian. Yes. I pray you're good to yourself this week. I pray when you look in the mirror that there's no negative thoughts about your nose, your eyes, your this, your that, none of that stuff. But you're good to yourself. It's okay to crawl, Adrian says. There's life lessons in the crawl. Come on now. I dropped my phone preaching. There's some life lessons in the crawl. There's some life lessons and some development of muscles when babies go through the crawling phase. And if there's a physical therapist or someone that knows child development that can echo my sentiment, sometimes there's some things that are lost when kids don't go through that crawling phase and they skip right to running or walking, or when they don't exercise that pincer grasp and move on to grabbing big things. There's lesson in growth. There's lesson in what we think is the smaller things or the less advanced things in life. So as you go through this week, I really, really pray that you surround yourself, but first and foremost, you fill yourself with love and life and light. Reject negativity. Even if it has some merit, reject it. Even if there's some truth to it, reject it. And then tell yourself, what can I do to fill myself up with positivity? Expect great things for yourself this week. Expect great things for the people around you this week. I pray for protection to and from work, while you're in your homes, while you're traveling, while you're visiting loved ones. I pray that you have a hedge of protection around you this week. I speak life to wives. I speak life to you, and that you will not necessarily be consumed with any type of negative thoughts or anything. My husband this, my husband that. No. Speak life this week. Live in love this week. Same thing for you, husbands. There's a lot being said in the world, but may you hear what the truth is for you in your life, in your marriage. I pray that you get an unexpected blessing this week that will overtake you, and no doubt will be something that you could look back and go, oh my goodness, God, that was you. Oh my goodness, Allah, that was you. Whatever you believe in, that ain't what we're about. Whatever and whomever you believe in. I just happen to believe in God the Father, okay? I come against any type of tragedies and accidents, children being missing, and just terrible things that seem to sometimes happen around this time of year. And again, as we reflect on our loved ones that are no longer with us, may you remember them in love and light. And remember that they, even in that loss, would want you to move on and to live and have fun and laugh. Take care of yourself this week. Take care of your children this week. Time goes like a flash. You may be caring for your baby, and the baby's just like, it's frustrating, especially if you're single. Providing child support schedule seems to be on the female's terms and not yours. Whatever your frustration is, I pray that you slow down and again find the love and life in this moment, because it goes by so quickly. And I don't want us to turn around and go and think back, and here we are, we end up in our 60s, in our 70s, and we didn't capitalize on this moment to be kind, this moment to love ourselves, this moment to create friendships, this moment to let go of friendships, this moment to heal, this moment to love, this moment to be kind. Because life is like a flash. XDMC says, I needed this. A close friend of mine is transitioning, and it's hard. It's hard to see. Transitions are so hard, especially when we're talking about transitions in life. And it doesn't matter if it's instant, if it's tragic, if you knew about it. But I lift up XDMC right now and anybody else that's going through that. I lift up my good friend's family who lost their very young loved one, a young adult, in the tornadoes and the storms the other night. And I lift you guys up because it's not easy, especially when it's a friend. And a lot of times the truth of the matter is the transition isn't easy because number one, we don't want to see them go. But then number two, we're faced with our own mortality. So right now, I pray for peace. I pray for comfort. I pray for healing and for God's will to be done on earth as it is in heaven. May the loved ones of this person that's transitioning be comforted in a supernatural way. I know that sometimes, a lot of times in my own life, things will happen and I will be covered with a supernatural reaction in the sense of peace when I should be not so peaceful. So I lift that individual up. And if it's your will, God, to heal, if it's your will to stop this transition and to have life and speak life, let it be so. But if it's his time, her time, may the loved ones continue to shower them, because life is precious. And may we look at situations like that and just really understand just how precious life is. Speak to our hearts when there's people that we need to speak to. Speak to our hearts when there's people we don't need to speak to. But lead us and guide us in this moment. We continue to pray for peace, love, hope, joy, and not anything that commercialism can get us. Not anything that a present can get us. But peace, hope, love, joy in a true sense of the fruits of the Spirit. As we're all connected in different ways through different content providers, through different platforms, may there be connections of substance. May there be connections that make a difference. May there be connections that bring you glory. May there be connections of intentionality. And as I always like to say, faith to faith, glory to glory, as you move us, may there be connections that show, that just spotlight our faith to bring more people to you. Shine glory to you. May our view of life be larger than looking on YouTube and social media. But may we understand that as we are just a speck in the universe, you brought us here for a reason. You brought us here for a season. And it's a large part of that is that human connection. So as we meet people, as we are connecting in our professional lives, our personal lives, social media lives, may we lock arms and duke out negativity, duke out the devil, and live in joy, love, peace, and harmony. I speak a blessing and pray a blessing over Adrienne Nash, whatever it is that keeps her up at night, even if it's just for 5 minutes. May you settle that in her. Give her the desires of her heart and bless her in such abundance that she can continue to be a blessing to others. I speak life over F.R. Humphrey. I speak joy. I speak peace and healing from the crown of her head, I think it's her, to the soles of her feet. May the blessings of the Lord overtake her, or him. I think it's a her. But you get my sentiment. Bodacious lady, may the blessings of God be as bodacious as her username. May you bless her in abundance to the point where she can't help but give it away. And not just in a tangible, but may she give away your joy, your peace, your love, your laughter. That's what I thought. Okay, thank you. She's like, I'm a her. May you continue to use bodacious humor, support. May you guys really, really see that when you're popping into the chat, how you recharge us as content creators. And it's not about the likes, the clicks, the views, but it's about the connection. And again, as they are connected to us, may I continue to connect with them. I speak of boldness over bodacious lady, that again, the very thing that you bless her with, it'll just be so contagious that people will want to know who she is and how does she have what she have. God bless Ruth Dobson. Even as I look in the chat and I see her being an encouragement to XDMC, may someone encourage her. If life is high right now, there's always still a low point, and God touched that low point, whatever it is. You know what it is better than I could ever even think or formulate whatever it is. Touch Ruth in the most inner part of her being, and just be the peace. If there's anybody in this stream that lacks financial, monetary substance, anything, anybody in this chat that lacks food, anybody in this chat that lacks any of the basic needs, God, I pray that you open the door now to have that need met immediately. You take care of the birds, you take care of the rabbits, you take care of insects. So what more would you do for the people in this chat that have a tangible need? So I pray on this night that whether it's a home, whether it's food, whether it's clothing, whatever the need is, that you will meet it how you see fit. And one thing I know about God is that when he meets needs like that, there's always an assurity that he did it. You're absolutely welcome, Ruth. So as we round our night out, and my evening is rounding out, and you guys are coming to the end of your evening, be kind to yourself, as Adrian said. Maintain a balance this week. I love to have fun. I love to laugh. I love to clown, gossip, everything. All of that. I'm a human. But I want to be intentional this week that I make sure I feed myself more positivity this week. As breaking news is breaking, and it's horrendous. It's horrible. It's gross, some of it. May we consume whatever it is that we consume, but then we fill ourselves back up with positivity, with love, with light, with life. May we be that for people that are hopeless. And sometimes hopeless isn't sad or despair. Sometimes it's, I'm going to be single forever. Sometimes it's, this marriage is over. Sometimes it's, this kid is never going to be potty trained. This kid is never going to pass a test. My kids are never going to make me proud. And one thing we know, even if it's something that we may not feel all the time, we know that things change, and we know that people change. So there's no absolute in negativity. So may we find the positivity and find the light to be able to focus on what matters. Keep shining. Keep smiling. Oh, thank you. This is good to my soul right now. You don't know, I'm having a good time. And again, I pray, and I'm very intentional. You guys, if you've been following me, you ought to know I'm very intentional about what I do on my channel. And I just kept hearing, go speak positive affirmations, go speak life, go speak love. And that's what we're doing. I'm lighting a candle and sending positivity to you all here. Oh, thank you, FR. Thank you, Felicia. Bodacious Lady says, I thank you for the fellowship and prayer. Please bless the woman's channel, Melissa Baring, and family in every area of their life. In the name of Jesus, bless them real good. Thank you so much, Bodacious. I receive it. I receive it. A lot of people don't know, but the foundation of who I am is a Christian. Like I said, I'm one to give you breaking news, and I'm going to give you the gossip and everything else. But at the end of the day, I'm a child of God, and there's only so far I can go into the negativity without it affecting me. But also I'm aware of what this season does for people. This is not always a season to be jolly for people. This is not always a season of being content. It's not always a season where people don't feel less than. And I'm here to speak life and let you know the things, if you're focused on negativity, if you're focusing on comparing your marriage, comparing your finances, comparing your tree, like, people really are in their heads a lot around this time of year. Worried about the decorations, the trees, the this, the that, the kids, and all of that. And then when you look at a Kentucky, you look at a Tennessee, you look at all up and down that court, Illinois, you realize real quick that none of this matters. Oh yeah, everything's okay. No, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. It's Sunday, and I'm just doing a soul Sunday. Trash can waves. No, he's like, I hope everything's fine. I am absolutely fine. We'll get back to the breaking news and everything tomorrow, but I want to make sure that my subscribers are okay today. I want to make sure that my subscribers know that regardless of whatever we do and how we do and what those numbers look like and everything else, I think about you guys and I care about you guys. You're more than just a like, click, and a view to me. And I want to make sure that you understand that you're not hopeless. I want to make sure you understand that as you're watching your good friend transition XDMC, you truly are not alone. And I know it's hard because we then are faced with our own mortality. And then you look at my sister Karen just a little bit harder. You want to hold her a little bit tighter. But that's life. And it's all about perspective. May that friend know that you loved him or her. Exactly, XDMC. I hate this season. I always wear a mask. I've had so many losses that it's never the same. I understand. I understand completely. I love Christmas. I love, the idea of Christmas in that regard, not necessarily the commercialism, but if I really, really sit and think about it, first of all, some Christmas songs will send me to an oblivion, honestly. It would just send me to Sadville for real. And if I really think about it, because like you said, loved ones that are no longer with you, tragedy, just you think about the different tornadoes and stuff like that. And I also just think about my friends that don't have their parents here with them, or they lost kids or whatever, and I realize just how blessed I am. And I know that if none of those things happen to me, and sometimes I can be like, oh, this season is so overwhelming, I can't imagine someone else. So yeah, that's what we're doing. We're just here sending love and light. There's a lot of negativity. There's a lot of noise going on. And I just don't want us to get caught up in that. Again, some of you are just logging on and coming in. I'm sitting here and I'm not sure. I'm going to talk a little bit about it tomorrow. But this gentleman, this man who offed his ex-wife, the baby mama, and himself yesterday or something like that, but talked about it on live in between the situations. And he was so calm, and he just was talking about how hopeless it was and all this other stuff. And I'm like, this is sick. First of all, the thought that he went on live, the fact that he went on live in between doing those heinous acts, and he was so calm about it. That's what made me go, wow, this is crazy. So as we're living in this world of just pure craziness, pure evil, I want to make sure that I take Sundays out to speak life, speak love. People are struggling, man. People are really, really struggling. And some of you inbox me every single last day. You know who you are. If you, I don't see you in here, but some of you are in here. Some of you inbox me every single last day. And some of them, oh, I'm so sorry to bother you. You're not bothering me. Because I know that part of this platform, part of that responsibility is to carry people. And I know that some of you have the responsibility to carry people, especially you men. And so if nothing else, I pray that on Sundays we can come and carry no one but to be carried, if that makes sense. My mom and dad said the same thing. Once they lost their moms, Christmas never was the same, but they do it for the kids and the cycle continues. Exactly, Trash Can Waves. Exactly. You know, I think about my mother had 7 brothers and sisters, and when they all got together and all of our cousins got together and we all got together, it was a family affair. And it's just not the same anymore once my grandmother passed away and then once her brothers and sisters started passing away. So it's just 2 of them now. And those of us that are cousins, we're not close. And so it's really sad. It's really, really sad. And it's true. It's absolutely not the same. I believe everyone here has some good vibes of love and support being sent your way. Let those cathartic tears flow. Absolutely. Sending all the virtual love and light to you, XDMC. I understand. I understand. FR says, this time of year can be tough, but together we can make it through. We can survive and thrive and celebrate light in life. And that's why we're here, friends. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for praying with me, praying and all of that. And I'm sorry if I scared you, Trash Can Waves, because I know the tone is definitely different than what we're always used to. But those that know me in my personal life, they know that my faith and motivating people and speaking to the nations is who I really am. And not really am. Let me not say it that way. It's definitely a part of who I am. It's just now I have a different platform to do it. And I just felt led to do that today. I felt led to just start this live and just rally behind you guys, send you guys virtual hugs, virtual atta girls, virtual atta boys, so that we can get through this week, whatever that looks like. And again, as you're preparing, some of you iron your clothes at night, whatever it is that you're doing to prepare for your week, I pray goodness and mercy and love and life and companionship, peace, all that stuff comes to you this week. And if for some strange reason, tragedy, negativity, arguments come your way, I pray that you respond in that moment, but you don't make it a whole season. Oh yeah, the bad weather knocked out power for a couple of days, but people in Kentucky just lost their house in a tornado. Exactly. Whole cities are flatlined. Whole cities and towns are flatlined. I've lived in Tennessee. I know what those tornadoes can do. Thank God, we never it never affected us. But again, don't be shy. If you have a specific prayer request or you're going through something specific, email me. I'll pray with you. Anybody that knows me knows I listen. I will pray for you. And I do that in confidence. Like I said, I have a lot of people that contact me in my inbox on Facebook or Instagram, and I'm just kind of that support for them. I would rather you do that and feel like a burden, alive and healthy and well, than for you not to be here no more, or for you not to be able to function anymore because you feel like all hope is gone. Because at the end of the day, I really don't care what skin color you are. I don't care what your political party is. I don't care about any of that stuff. Thank you. I was wondering. I don't care about any of that stuff. What I care about is that you're okay. So, um, shout out to you guys. We're gonna do this again. We're definitely gonna do this again. And I can't believe I've been on for 41 minutes because it feels like I just got on here. But that's what happens when you're speaking life and speaking motivation. So if you joined in a little bit later, I did some encouragement and spoke some words to those of us that are content creators. Um, don't worry about the likes, the clicks, the views, the subscribers, and all of that stuff. Put it in perspective. At the end of the day, that stuff does not matter. What matters is who you touch. And for me, if I could just touch one person, there's like 8 or 9 people viewing right now. But that's not who I am. That's not my esteem. My esteem is not wrapped up into this channel. So as you are creating, create with a purpose, create with intentionality, and create knowing that it's going to affect someone. So just know and be intentional on how you want to affect someone. I pray for people that are frustrated and you want to do better. You really want to do better. And that can mean a lot for a lot of people. That can mean a lot for a lot of people. You may want to do better financially. You may want to do better emotionally, spiritually, physically. I encourage you to first of all ask yourself why. Find your why. Oh, thank God. Trash can waves. Woohoo! Power just came on. Yes. Yes, sir. Um, but find out why. Why do you want to get better? Because the why will keep you going. But then once you find out your why, I'm gonna tell you one of my biggest secrets is write it down. I write down everything. So write down your whys, write down where you want to go, tomorrow, then add a goal for 3 days, add a goal for a week, then another one for 2 weeks, another one for 3 weeks, a month. But take it one moment, one thing at a time. And if you need help, if it's financial, let's be real. Everyone's not living in the suburbs in a 8-bedroom home. So if you're like, you know what, I want to be better, I want to do better, I want to live better, find someone that's living why and how you want to. And if they're worth their weight in gold, they'll help you. And I'm not talking about no guru and this and that and the other. Sometimes it's just, how can I make a life change? Help me make a life change. Same thing with finances, same thing with monetary, same thing with food, whatever it is. Anybody worth their weight in gold. I don't care how many super master classes I have listed on my buy me a coffee or whatever. I'm telling you right now, when people have reached out to me in needing actual help, like help me, they cannot tell you that I've ever charged them for anything because that's just not my heart. So may you, again, if you want to get better and you're trying to figure that out, hope you find your people. I pray you find your people. And in finding your people, you find your purpose and you find your process to get into where you want to get. Trash Can Wave says, I've been under this damn blanket all day. There's power in the word of prayer. I'm trying to tell you. Like I said, I play a lot and I do a lot, but I don't play with this. In all honesty, you the Ishmaelites. Oh, thank you, baby. Thank you. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you, Trash Can Waves. Real talk. And that's why I wanted to bring y'all Melissa today. This Missy. Okay. So yeah, I'm glad you have power. And I pray, again, that you guys really, 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 even if you have to listen to this on rewind until you feel better. You listen to this on rewind until you get to where you want to be. Listen to this on rewind until you get out of your head space. I know people that live in a proverbial negative space. They always in something. I don't understand that. That tells me that they're not getting the help, to me, that they need, whether external, internal, whatever, to shift that mindset. I've had some good days. Come on now. But listen, I've had some good days. I've had some weary days, but he knows. I won't complain. Exactly. You won't complain because you got that heat. Come on now. Freaking Detroit. So, I'm going to continue to pray for you, XDMC, for sure. Adrian, you my girl, Trash Can Waves, Lakeisha, all of you guys. And if you're catching the replay, there's a word for you too. Just rewind and keep listening. Leave a comment down below. Let me know how this is cold in the D, okay? How this has helped you. And I'll be back. We will be back doing this because I know I will, because this has been on my heart for a minute to do. So as you wind down your evening, you wind down your day. Some of us are later than others. As Adrian said, as I said, just be kind to yourself and know that you're loved. Just be kind to yourself and know that you're loved. And the other thing, let me leave you with this. Really, 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 really get deep down within yourself. The fact that there's only one you. Even if you believe in reincarnation or whatever, there's still only one you in this moment. No one else is you. There's no other like people can try to be a Trash Can Waves. People can try to be my son over there playing whatever he playing. Someone can try to be a Melissa and try to do real talk or this, that, and the other, but there's only one me. And as arrogant as someone may think that sounds, it's not. Because my message and what I'm trying to say is, don't look to the left, don't look to the right. But look internally into your heart and know that you are loved and you were created and you are beautifully and wonderfully made. If you didn't get anything else from tonight, please know that you're made with a purpose and you are beautifully and wonderfully made. You guys have a safe, peaceful night. And as FR is echoing me, please know that you're loved. There is hope. There is hope. Stick around, stick with me. I will help you find the hope, but there is hope. So with that being said, my friends, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you for your love. Thank you for your support. Thank you for praying back for me. I receive it. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. And we gonna keep it up and keep doing what we're doing, and then we'll be right back on Sunday. FR says, you are worthy because you are. Yes. Ruth says, thank you. Good night, everyone. Yes. As always, be kind to one another for no darn reason at all, because it just seems like people are just in a tizzy. But as I just said, understand you are fearfully and wonderfully made. So there's only one of you and only one. You're the only person that can be that person. So don't hide your light. Don't hide who you are because it doesn't look like everyone else. You are you. And if there's anything that needs to be changed in the process, one thing I do know is God and God is God alone. He don't need any help from any man. So do you. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sending love and light. Good night.